So hello there everybody, welcome back to the channel. Dodgy Gamer here, once again bringing you another mini guide to the FM editor. Today we're going to be looking at how to set the national sides competing in your tournaments so you don't get the likes of France, Argentina or Egypt turning up at your tournaments designed for minnows. But before we get into all that, a quick reminder that this channel is your one-stop shop for all things small club and international management on Football Manager. So make sure you've liked this video, you subscribe to the channel, you got the bell on for notifications. There's plenty more to come for Football Manager with international Let's Plays, club and country challenges and guides to the editor as well. So make sure you're subbed and you don't miss any of the action. Okay, so we're looking again at the Bangabandhu Gold Cup. So this is a real-life friendly tournament. It's one that is hosted by Bangladesh. Now, Bangladesh are a pretty lowly ranked nation in the world of football. And for this tournament, they invite other nations of a similarly lowly world ranking. However, we had an issue in FM21 where teams like Iran and South Korea and Egypt were showing up for this competition, and then of course they were just dominating it. So just to illustrate what I mean, I've put this in here without having made any change to those team rules, and you can see while the likes of Tanzania, Botswana, Palestine are perhaps good competition for Bangladesh, Cook Islands, one of the tiniest nations from Oceania, and Uzbekistan, one of the biggest nations from Asia. I mean, Uzbekistan will almost definitely win this. And yep, sure enough, they did. So today I'm going to show you how to set up a competition so you can avoid having very big teams, or also you can apply the same kind of logic to avoid having really tiny teams showing up in your competition. So again, we've come to advanced rules, we've got our competition file selected, and of course we come to teams. We can add some team rules in here. So what I've put in, of course, get specific team Bangladesh. We want to have Bangladesh in here, of course, every time because they're the hosts. Get the last winner of the competition, because this is something I noticed when I looked it up online that, for example, Palestine have won the competition in the past and then been invited back. So I thought that was something I would keep. And then I've added this line. We need 4 more teams to make up the tournament. So get random teams from the team pool. So we go down here. So you see, I've told it to pick out teams from Africa, Asia, Oceania, a total of 8 teams, and then randomly select 4 from those 8. But as I said earlier, this gave us the issue of some of the biggest teams in Africa and some of the biggest teams in Asia were showing up at this competition. New Zealand might show up from Oceania and then just walk over the rest of the competition. So how do we avoid that? Well, we do it like this. So we're going to keep the first 2 lines as they were, Bangladesh and the previous winners of the competition. We want them in, but we're just going to alter things here in this team pool. So where it says get random national teams from Africa, I'm going to change that from random national teams to best national teams. Now that sounds wrong because I don't want to pick the best national teams, but bear with me. I'll talk you through this. What we're going to do now is set the maximum number of teams. Let's make it 25. Okay, now Africa is a large confederation, but I'm saying take the top 25 teams, but then this is a crucial thing. I'm going to tick this little box here. Ignore teams. So what that is going to do now is it is going to ignore the best 25 teams in Africa. Then I'm going to duplicate that. Then we're going to untick ignore teams, and now it will ignore the top 25 teams, and then it will look at the next 25 teams and pick a couple of random competitors from there. And then we repeat the same for Asia. So we're going to say again, best national teams. This time I'm going to say 22, the top 22 nations in Asia we want to ignore. Then we're going to add in another line about best national teams from Asia. This time again, untick ignore teams, and then we'll say look at the next 25. And then finally I've done the same for Oceania. Told it to ignore the best team in Oceania, which is most likely to be New Zealand, and then select from the others. Actually, we don't want the tiniest Oceania nation, so let's say they can choose from the next best 3, so the 2nd, 3rd, 4th ranked, and pick one of those. And one other option you might want to select here is this one, Worldwide Governing Body Full Member. So this, if you select that, it means that the competition will not pick out a nation like Reunion from Africa, which isn't a full FIFA member, and put them into the competition. However, if you wouldn't mind them appearing in the competition, you can just leave it unchecked. So here we are. I've got my test file ready, and you can see the teamings worked this time. We've got Afghanistan and Laos in there along with the holders Palestine. We've got the hosts Bangladesh, and then we've got Eritrea and Madagascar from Africa. So a nice collection of minnow teams and a pretty good tournament if that's the kind of thing you're into. Remember, you can download these files from the Steam Workshop. The link is in the description. And if you're interested in other international tournaments, youth tournaments, or fantasy tournaments that you would like created, well, go over to my Patreon. It's a service I offer to my top tier Patreon supporters and to my channel members on YouTube as well. So if you have enjoyed today's video and found it useful, then please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. You've liked this video, you got the bell on for notifications for more editor guides in the future. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I'm Dodgy Gamer, and I'll see you again soon.